Good morning, Central. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, day 6. I'm your host, Ben Stuhldreher, and today I'm joined by several of our candidates for student body president. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Thanks, Ben. I'm Z Malakiron, Vice President Trevor Herensky. We really want to make sure the student voice is heard. Doesn't matter who you are, your opinion matters. You'll be accounted for.
I'm Guys Hanchar, captain of the wrestling team and volunteer firefighter with Nick Winkle running as my VP. And my policy for my campaign is to give power back to the people.
My name is Henry David Barman, VP Declan O'Toole. I am captain of the lacrosse team here at Central Catholic, and my mission is to bring brotherhood throughout the school.
My name is Jack Stoessel. I'm running for president, and Jordan Ray is my vice president. And my goal here is to have the students get more involved and have their voices heard.
So, to get this interview kicked off, I'd like to ask you, what's one specific change that you guys would make in your very first month as student council president, and how do you expect to actually make that change a reality?
Yeah, so like I said, starting it off, I definitely want to make sure students have the power, a little bit like what Guy said. We want to make sure everybody knows what's going on also. We don't want anybody to be confused. We want everyone to feel at home here. Yeah.
So one of my policies that everyone has questioned me on is how I'm going to make lunch is cheaper. My idea here is to set up a fund using donations from generous sponsors and other donators, such as alumni, to set up a fund in order to basically cover and cheapen food from food, and that way it takes less stress on the parents and the students.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, my mission is brotherhood here, and I think that we create that through friendships that last like long time and like for lifetime. And I'm gonna implement that by packing out the student section, creating social events at school and after school events and everything like that, and just really make Central a good connection.
My plan, well, me and Jordan Ray's plan, we're going to set up a poll and we're going to have students fill it out saying what clubs they want at Central. Obviously, we have a lot of clubs at Central right now, but not enough for students to really truly be involved in the school. So that's going to be our first plan, and we're going to work it out from there.
Also, Stoessel, on your last point about clubs, how do all of you expect to make sure that students who aren't involved in any clubs or sports still feel represented by our student council?
So I think that's where the poll is going to help us out the most. I think students are going to all fill it out saying what they want from the school, but then also we're going to have things that they don't like about the school, and we're going to have this poll sent out every single month. And as students being represented who don't really participate in student activities, we're going to hear their voices through these polls, and we're going to see what they want and decide from there.
Yeah, so I'm very, very open to hearing everyone's opinion on how the school's going, how I'm doing a good job or bad job at anything, and I'm really just going to take that into account. Like, I will listen to you, and I will make that change.
One of my policies is my emails are open to any student. They can give me one of their policies they want implemented. And also, I will act as a bridge between the teachers and students if there's any conflict, and I will reach a compromise to better help the students have a successful career.
Yeah, I think what Henry Barman said about brotherhood is definitely very important. I also wanted to say, you may think our campaign may be a little bit bland perhaps, but I can assure you, it's all sunshine and rainbows on the inside, guys.
Finally, I want to wrap this interview up by having you guys tell us all about a time you handled conflict or criticism. What did you all learn from it, and how do you believe that would help you as president?
Sophomore year, I would say I had a pretty rough academic slump in the first 2 quarters. I was able to bounce back and lock in. I'm always ready to change and focus on what I need to when the time comes.
life is full of conflicts, and you gotta look at the problem and find the best solution to help everyone. Also, I'm a huge supporter in looking self-reflection and improving yourself. If I lost one time a wrestling game, against an opponent, and I went against him the next week, and I proved and I beat him the next time. It's all about self-improvement.
Yeah, so I faced multiple conflicts, whether it was through teachers or with students, and my main thing is just you really gotta look deep and start improving yourself, as guys said, but also try to help everyone else out as well. So like, you need to focus on yourself and making sure everyone else feels heard and welcome.
Well, I think whenever you hit conflict, you have to hear what you are doing wrong, and that comes from self-reflection, as everyone's saying, but also the importance of what everybody else thinks and hearing what they want to have changed.
I'd like to thank all of you for coming here today. Thank you for joining us on this interview, and once again, I'm your host, Ben Stuhldreher, signing off.